squash his beef with Yo like he did everybody else. I think it's more so about the girl, his wife, and no disrespect to her, but would you be willing to squash some beef with somebody who had sex with your wife? You know, maybe while you was in prison, I don't know when it was or whatever.
Oh, Lord.
It's supposed to be your friend.
We gotta rewind to when Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti were actually close. We're talking early. It's looking like the Yo Gotti and Gucci Mane beef is heating up again after Pooh Shiesty came home, and Gotti started moving like he owns the situation, even though Gucci is the one who helped build him. Some real snake behavior, if we're being honest. Behind all the success of the CMG empire, Gotti was already making moves on Pooh Shiesty while he was still locked up, fully aware that this could reignite a dangerous rivalry that once nearly destroyed both of their careers. The crazy part, what started as a simple record deal has now turned into street politics, and the whole industry is watching closely. This situation is way more calculated than people think, and we're about to expose all of it. Now, before we get into the details, let me be real with y'all. Social media has been going crazy about Pooh Shiesty wanting out of 1017, and Yo Gotti posting him like he's already CMG Shiesty was finally coming home from his federal time. And while he was gone, the game shifted. This young boss was ready to get back to the money, but he wasn't expecting his own label head to start acting funny when it came to the bag. And don't get it twisted, this ain't just some normal contract issue. This is about loyalty, respect, and two OGs with serious history. But here's where it really gets messy. When your biggest artist wants to leave and link up with your biggest enemy, that's when things turn personal. That's when business turns personal. And to really understand this, 2010s, when these two were running the South, both came straight out the trenches. Gucci from Zone 6 in Atlanta, Gotti from North Memphis, real, recognized real. This wasn't some fake industry friendship for the cameras either. There was real respect there because both of them came up the hard way. Gucci was already known as the Trap King, but he saw himself in Gotti, that hunger, that rawness, that do whatever it takes mentality to escape the hood. If you weren't around during that time, you gotta understand call-up mixtapes between two established artists weren't normal back then. So when Gucci and Gotti dropped together, it felt major. Two heavyweights in their prime, pushing each other, every track slapped, every hook hit, and the streets was loving it. But this is where the story goes deeper than just friendship. October 17th, 2012. That date meant everything to Gucci. It was his brand, 1017. He had been promoting Trap God for months. Interviews, social media, non-stop. He made sure the whole world knew he was dropping that day. And in this game, timing is everything. Back then especially, when mixtapes still moved units and created real buzz, Gucci had that date locked. The budget was spent, features secured, distribution lined up. The whole rollout was built around October 17th being his moment to stamp 1017 as a real power in the game. Then comes the plot twist. Yo Gotti announces he's dropping CM7, The World Is Yours, on the exact same day. Gotti says he didn't know. But let's be real, that timing is questionable. These dudes were close, making music together, and Gucci had been advertising that date for months. How you not know your guy dropping the same day? Gotti later said when he found out, he was actually excited. He thought it would be fire for both of them to drop together and break the internet. In his head, it was a celebration of their bond and their dominance in the South. But that's the difference right there. Gotti was thinking like a fan, not like a businessman. For those of y'all who don't really understand the business side, let me break it down. When two artists drop on the same day, especially with overlapping fan bases, it splits everything. Attention, streams, sales, all of it. It's like opening two restaurants right next to each other. Both might eat, but neither is gonna fully feast. But it's deeper than just numbers. In this industry, your release date is your moment, your time to own the conversation. When someone else drops the same day, especially somebody in your circle, it waters down your impact. Instead of all the blogs focusing on you, now the spotlight is divided, and psychologically, it hits different. Gucci had been hyping October 17th for months. That date was sacred to him, so having another artist having a friend step into that spotlight felt like a line being crossed. So Gotti tried to reach out. According to him, as soon as he realized the conflict, he hit Gucci's phone, thinking they could handle it like brothers. No answer. He called again, still nothing. He even contacted people in Gucci's camp asking them to get Gucci to call him back, but the phone never rang. And honestly, I get why Gucci was heated. Not only was his homie dropping on his day, but Gotti had just put out that I Got Racks remix with T.I. and Jeezy, and everybody knows. Jeezy was Gucci's biggest enemy at that time. That alone already put tension in the air. Eventually, Gucci tweeted about it. It was subtle but loud at the same time, basically saying, why would somebody drop on 1017 if they ain't Brick Squad? You ain't me. Trap God. Dallas Gucci calling out the disrespect without saying names. Gotti says they finally talked after that, and he thought everything was cool. He even pushed his release to October 18th out of respect.
And taken to jail as after a judge revoked part of Radrick Davis's probation.
Prosecutors complained that the rapper had only completed 25 hours of the 600 hours of community service he was ordered to perform.
Good afternoon, Fred. The judge said, judging by his record, Radrick Davis, otherwise known as Gucci Mane, is not a worthy candidate for probation. So the judge decided to end a portion of his probation and send him to jail.
While Gucci was locked up, unable to protect his relationship or even communicate properly with Keisha, Gotti made his move. Gotti later claimed he didn't know Gucci was that serious about her. He tried to play it off like it was just casual, just how the streets go. But let's be real, that's straight snake behavior. Because even if you didn't know they were serious, you don't touch your homie's girl while he's sitting in a cell. What made it worse was how Gotti talked about it in the interview. Laughing, joking, acting like it was nothing. No remorse, no respect, just vibes. And that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Then in 2013, Gucci got hit with another case. He was facing up to 20 years on 2 counts of possession of a firearm by a felon. The feds caught him with weapons in 2 separate situations, and with his record, they were trying to bury him. But crazy enough, that prison bid ended up saving his life. When Gucci came home in 2016, he wasn't the same guy. He was clean, focused, healthy, no drama. He lost over 40 pounds in his first couple months, just from detoxing off lean. He had a new baby. His label was thriving, and he looked like he was finally past all the petty beef. The old Gucci would have been on Twitter wilding, dissing everybody, starting new wars every week. But the new Gucci was locked in, business-minded, making better music, signing better artists, actually building an empire instead of just talking about it. Fast forward to 2020, and Gucci signs this young Memphis dude named Pooh Shiesty, and this kid was different. He had that raw, gritty energy that reminded people of the old Gucci, but with a modern edge that connected with the new generation. Shiesty's story fit 1017 perfectly. Same type of background, same kind of environment, streets, struggle, hustle, but he also had that hunger you can't teach, that desperation to make it out, the kind that separates real stars from the rest. Then, he caught a federal case, conspiracy charges, and just like that, he was locked up. October 2021, everything.
Gucci kept Pooh Shiesty in the public eye. He made statements about missing him, about how he couldn't wait for him to come home, and how 1017 was holding it down for its star. Gucci even went as far as dropping almost everyone else from the label, keeping only Pooh Shiesty and Fugano on the roster. But while Pooh was locked up, the music game didn't stop. Other artists were scoring bigger deals. Streaming numbers were climbing across the board, and the value of top talent was skyrocketing. When Pooh finally came home, he realized his market value had grown dramatically. And this is where Yo Gotti enters the picture. Over the past few years, CMG had been on a signing spree, snatching up hot artists and offering them deals that matched their worth. Gotti started posting Pooh Shiesty on social media, giving him real support. Not just casual shoutouts, this was full-on promotion. Posts that pull millions of views and spark serious hype. Gotti even sent his top female artist, Glorilla, to link up with Pooh for a track. And the timing? That wasn't random. Gotti knew Pooh's contract with 1017 was up for renewal, and he was strategically positioning CMG as the better choice. This was a calculated move, from someone who knows the business inside and out. According to sources close to the situation, when it came time to renegotiate Pooh Shiesty's deal, Gucci was putting numbers on the table that were way below what Pooh was actually worth. We're talking lowball offers that didn't account for his streams, cultural impact, or earning potential. Industry insiders called them insulting. These were deals more suited for a new artist, not someone who had already brought in millions for the label. It felt like Gucci was trying to exploit Pooh's loyalty instead of rewarding it. Now, Gucci isn't the type to air business issues on social media. He's not about that internet drama. The old Gucci might have been wild on Twitter, but the new Gucci keeps things behind closed doors. Still, sources close to the situation say he's not happy about Gotti trying to poach his biggest star. And honestly, who would be? You invest in an artist, help them grow, give them their first real shot, and then your biggest rival swoops in when they're hot? That's like raising a kid and watching your enemy try to adopt them once they become successful. From Gucci's perspective, this probably feels like déjà vu. First, it was the October 17th release date conflict. Now, it's someone trying to snatch his top artist. But the landscape has changed since their original beef. Back then, both artists were roughly on the same level. Now, Gotti has a bigger platform, more resources, and arguably more respect in the industry. CMG is one of the hottest labels in the game, while 1017 has struggled to stay relevant outside of Pooh Shiesty. The real question is, what's Pooh Shiesty thinking? On one hand, you've got loyalty to the label that gave you your first shot. Gucci believed in Pooh when nobody else would, gave him a platform, and helped him become a star. That kind of loyalty is supposed to mean something in the streets. But this situation shows just how much the game has changed. Back in the day, if you had beef with someone, you kept your distance from their people. Now, it's all about the bag. Loyalty takes a backseat to opportunity. Still, some rules in the streets never change. Disrespect is still disrespect. If Pooh Shiesty leaves 1017 for CMG, it sends a clear message. Loyalty only goes so far. If your label isn't treating you right, there are other options. That could spark a wave of artists demanding better deals or jumping to labels that actually value them. If you want more content breaking down the business side of hip-hop and the real stories behind the headlines, check out our other videos. We dive deep into label politics, artist contracts, and all the behind-the-scenes drama that shapes the culture. Until next time, stay sharp, stay dangerous. And remember, in this game, loyalty is everything until it ISN. Stay sharp, stay dangerous. And remember, in this game, loyalty is everything until it isn't.